And here comes Pharaoh's daughter from her palace. She takes her bath at the river, and just at that time in which she's finishing up, she hears a baby that God has been rocking in his hand, that hadn't cried to give any attention to any alligators or crocodiles, that hadn't made any noise, so nobody else could hear or even see that the basket existed. But here at the right time, God shook the basket, and the baby inside the basket cried. And the daughter of Pharaoh, who decided on that day to take her bath at the river, looks over and hears the baby crying and says, "Bring me the baby in the basket." Nothing but God could have orchestrated all of that. Nothing but God. No appointment you could have made, no schedule that you could have come up with would have put all of those elements in place at the right time, on the right moment, for her to hear that baby in the basket. She opens the basket. There she sees the baby child Moses. Here is where mercy kicks in. She knows her daddy has issued a death net, and this is one of the babies that should be dead. She knows her own father that lives in the same palace where she's growing up has decided that this baby is going to die. But Pharaoh's daughter had a meeting of mercy, and she decided, no, there's something special about this child. I'm going to raise him myself. But here's how God orchestrates. When Jochebed put the basket in the Nile River, Jochebed went home and sent Miriam, his big sister, to walk along the riverbank and see what happens to the basket. Miriam, once she sees that Tarmuth has opened the basket, comes around and talks to Pharaoh's daughter and says, "You know, that's a good-looking baby you got in that basket." And I tell you what, I was watching what happened here. You a princess. You don't have time to be bothered with the cries of a baby. You know, babies, they on their own schedule. They sleep when you're awake, and they're awake while you're asleep, and they eat at a different time, and they got their own attitude and their own personality trying to develop. How about I find a nurse, a mother, to come and raise this baby for you? You a princess. You got things to do about the kingdom. You trying to become a queen, and you don't need to be aggravated with the details, and let me handle. But God had mercy at work. Pharaoh's daughter could have said, "Who are you?" I got plenty of folk. See all these folk out here working for me? Every one of them, they move when I say move. That's my entire staff out here with me this morning. But when God is in it, and when the hand of God is at work in it, Pharaoh's daughter said, "You know, that's a good idea. Go find," and tell you what, this is one of the Hebrew, but go find a Hebrew mother. They'll understand and know what. Miriam was on her way to watch perhaps the death of her brother, her baby brother. But the meeting of mercy took place at the river. And once the meeting of mercy took place, then God planned a meeting of restoration, a meeting of trust, a meeting of mercy, and a meeting of restoration. Miriam said, "Oh, that's a grand idea." So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find somebody right now today. Matter of fact, I got somebody in mind. How about I go ahead and take care of that for you right now? When she left and eased off from Jochebed to see Jochebed, she left Tarmuth, and she started back up the Nile River, retracing her steps. She was on her way back to her own residence, and she was trying not to show any excitement so that the Pharaoh's daughter wouldn't get suspicious that something was going on. But as she got out of sight of Pharaoh's daughter, her footsteps picked up and her speed increased, and she started running, and she ran all the way back to the house. And on her way, as she approached the house, she started shouting, "Mama!" Now here's the thing about a mother's hearing. A mother knows when it's her baby. A mother knows if there's a cry of pain or a cry of joy. And Jochebed recognized this was her daughter, but she was not in pain. She was crying, "Mama, I got good news for you, Mama. God was at the river today. And when you put the basket in the water, and when the water took the baby away, God was working. And God fixed it." And Mama, I'd never met Pharaoh's daughter before. I'd heard about Pharaoh's daughter. But guess what, Mama? Today of all days, Pharaoh's daughter left the palace and came and took her bath in the river. And when she got through, the baby had been quiet the whole trip, but the baby began to cry. And Pharaoh's daughter is the one that found the baby. He's all right, Mama. But guess what, Mama? I got better news. Not only is the baby all right, I got you a job. You know, they've been having this downsizing, and I know you've been out looking for work and weren't quite sure how you were going to make it. But Mama, Pharaoh's daughter wants to hire you to take care and raise your own son. Nothing but the hand of God could have fixed such a meeting that day in the life of that mother. And every Friday, when the eagle flew by, every Friday, when payday came, the daughter of Pharaoh, "Daddy, I need some money." "Baby, I just gave you some money." "I know, Daddy, but I spent that money last time." "Daddy, I need some more money." And the same evil heart had to reach in his pocket and take out money to finance and raise the same one he had ordered to die. Every Friday, she paid the mother of Moses to take care of her own baby. Nobody but God, no way but God, no one but God, no how but God, no other situation but God, the providence of God. Somebody here this morning is standing at a river. Somebody here today is at a crossroad in your life. Somebody here this morning got trouble in your family. Somebody here right now is facing a dark tomorrow. But the good news of the gospel is the same God that met her at her river, the same God is on duty this morning. Somebody here needs a meeting at the river. Be not dismayed, whate'er betide, God will take care of you. Beneath his wing of love abide. God will take care of you. All you may need, he will provide. Anybody here witness that God will keep you when you can't keep yourself? Anybody here a witness he'll make a way out of no way? Anybody here a witness he'll meet you at your river? He will, he will, he will, he will, he will, he will, he will.